for Westfield. And Gail, first of all, where did you come from? Where were you raised?
I was born in the Jamestown General Hospital, raised on West Oak Hill, a half a mile from the airport, and in Sinclairville, in a place called Kabob.
Sinclairville and Kabob. Okay, and now you live in Westfield down on Route 5, right near Ottaway Park. Just
Yes,
you can walk over
in
the
the house you grew up in.
That's the house I grew up in, yeah. And it had been in the family, for over a century and a half just about.
Well, I'm almost at the half century. I've been there for 42 years.
Yeah, there you go. You're keeping it in good shape.
I'm working on it.
It's improved beautifully. So whatever got you into making maple syrup and making, I noticed you're tapping the same trees I tapped as a kid, some of them.
Yes. If you do it carefully, you can do it for a long time.
So whatever got you into syrup, maple syrup? And the other berry syrups, you were doing the other ones too.
Well, a friend came along, Steve Sandel from the Woolworks, and I gave him and his wife a dish of ice cream with some homemade strawberry syrup on it that I had made with my grandma's recipe. And he liked it, and he said, "Why don't you make this and teach other ladies to make it?" And I said, "I'm no teacher. I can't teach anybody anything. How about I just make it and sell it?" And it was a joke. And it evolved that it worked out very well. He and his wife insisted that I go ahead and make some, that I put a sign by the road. I did that. I made a homemade sign that was terrible, and I dragged it up my 900-foot driveway and wired it to the mailbox post with old rusty grape trellis wire. And I'm coming down the driveway saying, "I hope these people leave me alone now. They've heckled me about this for weeks." And I heard a noise, and here came the first car. And it was a man from New Zealand who was on a world tour as a mathematics professor, and he was driving around and saw that awful old sign and drove in, wanted a taste of maple syrup, so I got out a spoon from my kitchen and gave him one. And then he said, "What's maple syrup?" And of course the very next question is, "Where in the world are you from? You don't know what maple syrup is?" Well, he said he was from New Zealand. And we talked a little bit. I showed him how to tap a tree. And then he said, "Maybe you can help me. I would like to see water, I would like to see mountains, and I would like to see some farming while I'm here in the United States from New Zealand." And I said, "Just a minute." I went in and got my New York State map and a highlighter and marked him a route down along 394 to past Chautauqua Lake and down to Allegheny. It was 17 then. Down to Allegheny State Park and then back up Route 16 to Buffalo, past all kinds of farming.
No, well, of course you could have said, so planted and right in the middle of your property. You said, "Here, you're in grapes. See."
Yes.
And see up there. Those are you can see the hills. Those are those are mountains.
Yes.
And look behind you, right?
There's water.
Lake
Yeah,
Erie.
that's right. That's right. Well, anyway, he left, and a few months later wrote me a letter and sent me a calendar from New Zealand and said he told everyone on his world tour about the hospitality he received at Vinewood Acres. That was the very first maple tour that I ever did, the very first tourist information I ever did. And someone else came from Tennessee the next day, and we talked about grapes because they had grapevines in their backyard. So I put up a map in my shop, and I had them stick stars on it on their hometowns. And I had 500 carloads of people the first summer. I couldn't make enough syrup. I ran out of things to make it with, so I cooked rhubarb. I cooked rhubarb and made it out of that and various things, and it just grew from there, one flavor after another, and now I greet nearly 20,000 people a year on the farm.
Holy mackerel.
And we serve pancakes on Sundays with our maple syrup and our other syrups. And
I hear you have a real turnout for pancakes.
We do.
We do.
But the best part of it, better than the money you make, better than anything else, are the people who come. There are some fascinating people. And you mentioned earlier about tourism and the tourists that pass through our area, Reed.
Yeah.
One of the biggest things we have, one of the biggest assets, two of the biggest assets that we have in Chautauqua County, and I happen to live right between them, are the New York State Thruway, with over 6 million carloads of people per year traveling down that thruway, and Lake Erie, which is one of the Great Lakes.
Okay, we have a phone call or two.
Oh, do you?
You want to take one?
Sure.
Okay, I hate to interrupt you.
Oh, no, that's okay.
Hey, good morning, caller. Thank you for waiting.
Good morning, Reed. How are you? This is Chris. I'm down to the train station.
Okay, can you hear?
Yes.
Okay, that's Chris. He's down at the train station. Well, what's up, Chris?
Oh, not much. You're just starting to hear the Lakeview tuning up there. They sound good when they come down.
Yeah, well, this is going to be the parade of all parades, they tell me. It's going to be fantastic.
Yeah, it's looking pretty good.
Well, Is that pesky radio station from Jamestown there too?
No, I don't see him anywhere.
Good. They had a huge speaker set up last year, and I was
Oh,
trying.
yeah, they have the speakers set up.
Huh?
They have the speakers set
Oh,
up.
they'll be there then. They blanketed me when I tried to do the announcing, so I just gave up. I said, let them do the announcing.
Yeah.
Okay, well, have they stepped off yet? Or no, they haven't. They go off at 10 o'clock, right?
Yep, they start off at 10 o'clock with a cannon shot up by the courthouse there.
Right, and then I guess around, 10 o'clock we have fireworks. That's going to be the biggest fireworks display we've ever had.
Yeah, everybody gets to stop watching your show and go over and watch the parade.
Well, somebody asked me, you got an $18 million deficit in the county. How the hell can you afford fireworks? I guess
It's all put on by a different organization. They're separate, I think.
Yeah, well, actually, this money, I pointed out, money is donated, a lot of it, for the fireworks. And secondly, you have to contract for the fireworks a year ahead or you don't get somebody to set them off. So
Yeah, they come through on the parade and ask for donations all the time.
yeah, and it's a wonderful county party. I encourage everybody to go over to Mayville right now to the county seat. You may have trouble getting down the hill, but
Yeah, I think the road shut off at 9:30, so they probably just shut off.
well, how?
The road shut off at 9:30.
9:30. Okay, so you have about 3 minutes left.
Yeah.
Actually, I
Okay,
suspect.
well, you have fun, Reed. I just wanted to call in and say hi.
Well, thank you, and I appreciate it very much. And you have fun down there, Chris, and enjoy that huge parade.
Oh,
and
I
all
will.
the mobs, the millions of people that show up to this thing.
Bye.
Like the ox roast,
Yeah, right.
I used to walk from her house over to the ox roast every year.
That's
when
right.
I
I
was a kid.
do it still.
It's a simple couple minutes walk. Thank you very much, Chris. And we have we were talking about the tourism, snagging the tourists, giving them a good impression of what we have here in Chautauqua County, and we were talking about some of the things that you can do to bring them in. Now, say somebody wanted to start a business tourism, what would you advise them to do?
Go to the Small Business Development Center at Jamestown Community College and ask for their help.
We had them here.
Did you?
And
They are wonderful.
The one thing they told me that I can still remember fully is if you want to lose a lot of money real fast, open a restaurant. In this day and age,
Yeah.
in this economy, to open a restaurant guarantees 100% bankruptcy. You will go under.
Probably does.
Because even long-term restaurants that have a huge clientele, and that's what you have to have before you make any money, it takes years to get that clientele coming in, they're losing money because the clients aren't even coming.
Yeah.
Now, how do you expect to have a new clientele suddenly? Phone call. Want to take a phone?
Sure.
Hey, caller, thank you for waiting. Hello. They hung up. Are we on? I don't hear that phone. Yeah, the imps. We've got these little animals that creep around in our cable or something. I don't know. Okay, talking to Gail Black about tourism. So you say go to the development center in Jamestown.
The first thing they'll ask you to do is do a business plan, and to start any business, no matter how large or small, you need a business plan and a marketing plan and a financial plan, and they are experts at helping. They are absolutely wonderful. Cooperative Extension is also wonderful.
And yeah, we had them on here, and as I say,
But I'm experienced with agritourism, not other ones.
okay.
I'm sure there's.
Now,
good
what's the
with all
difference between
others.
tourism and agritourism?
Agritourism is farm-based, value-added products that are grown on the, on the farm or in the immediate area. And you take that raw produce and do something to it. Whether you pick grapevines and make them into a wreath, or you grow flowers and make them into arrangements, whatever it might be, or like me, pick the fruit and make it into a fruit
Well, you
syrup
do
or
make
jam or
wreaths. You
jelly.
make wreaths too.
I used to, yeah.
I got one of your wreaths at one point.
Yeah, I kind of got away from that, but I do that too.
Pain in the,
Oh, it's a lot of work.
yeah, well,
I made corn tassel wreaths. I went out and picked all the tassels off the corn and then wove those into a wreath. They were beautiful. The people from New York City would buy those and pay $45 a piece for them, and they were just corn tassels.
yeah, and
But they were pretty, and they lasted.
I'm sure they
and
are. I'm
lasted,
sure they are.
yeah.
Kind of, it's like having a bunch of blondes in